Hi, I'm Sarah from sarahkbrandiscontent.com, and this is video one of a three-part series of little looks into different things that you can do to help you recession-proof yourself a little bit through the coming 6 to 12 months. It's going to be a tough year business-wise for us solopreneurs. So if you are a life coach, a therapist, someone who works one-to-one with clients and has little time for marketing, these tips I really think are going to be powerful ones for you to get through what's coming, without wanting to make it sound like the prelude to a horror movie. What's coming? It is going to be tough, let's be real, but if you know where to focus, then I really think you can get through this. So this video is a bit of a plan B. In a nutshell, last week I was all like, guys, come over to my YouTube channel. I'm going to go live on Saturday and explain my top 3 tips for how to recession-proof your business and maintain a steady flow of clients, blah, blah, blah. So 3 o'clock on Saturday came. I had a massive tech fail, couldn't get my broadcast live. I thought, well, this isn't going to happen. So I went over to my Facebook page on my phone instead and tried to go live from there. But my phone is a piece of crap, so the sound was awful, so don't go and watch that. What I did instead is I wrote this up, first of all, with all 3 tips as a blog post, which you can now find on my website. I'll pop the link in the description below. So if you want to read it on the website, it's all there for you. But I thought what I'd do as well is I would also upcycle my content, which is something I teach and I encourage you all to do. Make more out of the same content, basically. Don't just write it as a blog post. Make it a video, make it some Instagram cards, share it everywhere, get more traction from it. So, but instead of just upcycling into one video, I thought I'd break this into 3 parts, because that way, rather than just basically reading off of my blog post, I can go a bit deeper into each one of the 3 topics without producing one massive long video, which nobody on YouTube is going to watch, because who's got the patience for that? So today is part 1. I'm going to talk about referrals, why they are so cost effective and so good for getting you through a tough time, and also how to get referrals. So I'm not going to blather on for too long. I'm just going to go deep on referrals, then I'm going to let you go about your day. So let's get into it. So if you've seen any of my videos, you've heard me talk about the sales funnel. If not, I will point to one of my simplest explanation videos up here, so I don't end up just boring you about sales funnels again. But watch that first if you don't know what the hell a sales funnel is. Once you do, something awesome about referrals is it pretty much bypasses that whole sales funnel customer journey thing. So the point of a sales funnel, you'll know why I'm doing this if you've watched that video, is to nurture someone who was essentially a stranger to begin with, all the way down that customer journey into becoming your paying client. Now, if you're starting from a complete stranger who just found you on Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to throw a number at you. I'm going to say 6 months is an average amount of time that it might take for them to know, like, and trust you enough through the content that you're sharing online in order to become your paying client. That's a very random number. It really depends what industry you're in. It's very hard to give a good average that's based on real empirical research. But in our industry, where if you're a life coach or a therapist of some kind, people are paying quite a bit of money to work with you one-to-one. They're paying for you. It's quite a relationshipy thing. It does take time. It's not an impulse buy, put it that way. They're not paying £20 for a mascara on Amazon. They're investing hundreds of pounds with you. So, keep all that in mind. It can be quite a lengthy process, content marketing and relationship building. So referrals are awesome because they pretty much bypass that entire funnel. So when a potential new client is referred to you, that person in the middle who's doing the referring, they might be a former client of yours. I mean, that's the best if that's the case. What an endorsement. But they also might be a colleague, a friend, a family member, goodness knows, it could be anybody. But generally there's the person in the middle who's doing the referring, and then there's the referee, the potential new client. And they are coming in because they trust this person in the middle who says that you are the bomb.com. So this referrer is doing your marketing for you. Most of that relationship building and content creation and all that stuff that you'd have to do in the traditional marketing journey completely bypassed, and that person just comes straight into you. Now that might be an email introduction quite typically, so you've still got to charm them a little bit, you've still got to introduce yourself, make sure that they are the right fit for you and you for them. But generally speaking, this is why referrals are one of the best types of clients that you can be getting during a recession, because things are tight, you haven't got time or budget or energy to be doing lots of marketing and working on converting new people from cold leads, complete strangers. So if you can get some referrals in, that's going to really help you keep the lights on at home for the next couple of months. It's literally food on the table money. So that's why. I bet you'd love to know how. How do you get referrals? Obviously, contacts, networking, make sure you're keeping in touch with people who are likely to refer you. That's all very important. But don't forget to ask. Now, here's a real story, something I did when I first left my job and became freelance. I knew that I needed to get referrals to keep me afloat, to keep the lights on at home and put food on the table next month, because I didn't have 6 months of savings to pay for the rent while I was spending 6 months nurturing a whole bunch of strangers to come down my sales funnel and become my clients. So this really worked for me. What I did is I sat down at my laptop, I opened a blank Word document and I started writing an email. I wrote very honestly. I said, hey guys, to who it may concern, I have just become freelance. I've got lots of space in my calendar for marketing clients. I need to find some regular work quite quickly. If you've enjoyed working with me in the past, if you know, like, and trust me, and you'd be willing to recommend me, and if you know anybody who needs marketing help, would you please consider introducing them to me? Now, I was very honest. I didn't open the email being all like, hey, how are you? Haven't seen you forever. We should go for drinks and all that fake stuff. You might feel like you're supposed to do that. It doesn't sit well with anybody reading it. Just be honest. Just say that you are canvassing for new clients and you're asking for help. The more honest you are, the more people will connect with you, I promise. So don't feel like you have to do the fake drink invitations. I mean, we're in lockdown as well, so you can't really go for drinks, but you know what I'm saying. Don't feel like you have to fake it. Be as honest as possible, because that really does resonate with people. Now, I rounded up the email by offering to return the favour. So I said, if you're looking for clients in your business, please let me know how I can return the favour. That's really important too, because you don't want to just ask, you want to make it reciprocal. And then I rounded off and saved my draft in Word, and then I went into my inbox and I didn't send it once to a whole big CC list of people, because that's super annoying and not very respectful to other people's email addresses. Even if you blind CC it so they can't see each other first, when people start replying to a big chain email like that, they end up seeing each other's messages and emails, and you want to be super respectful about people's contact information. So what I did is I just copied pasted that 20 times into 20 different messages, sent it individually to 20 different people. It took 10 minutes more to do it that way, but it's a much nicer way of doing it. And that worked for me. I got referrals really quickly. So there's no reason why it can't work for you too. Just because we are in a recession doesn't mean that people don't need to be coached, don't need your help. So just make sure that you do ask, because if you don't ask, you don't know. So that was tip number 1. Tips 2 and 3 cover repeat customers and focusing on your warm audience. So I will be getting into those in depth in my next 2 videos. If you want to make sure you catch those, then do hit the subscribe button so that you see them as soon as they're published. And in the meantime, as I mentioned before, if you want to just skip ahead and read my full blog post, the link to that on my website is in the description. I hope this was helpful and gave you some encouragement. If you are struggling in your small business right now, please don't give up hope. Please don't give up hope. The world needs coaches, therapists, healers, and helpers more than ever right now. So I know it's tough, but us small business owners are tougher. We are. So keep trying and stick with me, follow my tips, because I am a solopreneur as well. I also work with a lean budget of time and a lean budget of money. If I can do it, you can do it. So let's stick together. See you next time. Bye for now.